with 1720 Faith, and I'm coming to you with, yes, my 2026 August financial planning video. And you guys know I started this, I want to say the tail end of 2025. I got this concept from another YouTuber named Shay Budgets, and she creates a quarterly financial planning system using Notion. And I got the idea from her. And so I thought it would be great to kind of use this in my debt free journey. And so that is what we are going to be talking about today. So, again, welcome you guys to 1720 Faith. I am Abalori. I'm a board certified nurse of over 20 years, 26 years to be exact, and I am in my third year. Well, coming up on my third year. It will probably be like September, October ish of year. This will be year number 3 for me. I started this debt free journey at around September, October of 2020. What, 2023? Yes, 2023. And it was in conjunction with going through a divorce and kind of left with a lot of the debt. And so one of my things is definitely to become debt free. And here at 1720 Faith, we use the scripture out of the Bible, Matthew 17:20, where it talks about having the faith the size of a mustard seed. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to that mountain, get up and move, and it will move. And we say to that, if you are having a lot of debt, if you say to your mountain of debt, get up and move, it will move. And 1720 is just paying faith to my mom who passed away in 2023. That was one of her sayings to me was all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed and anything is possible. So today we are of course doing my August 2026 planning. I hope you guys are doing your financial planning as well, because every day that I listen to podcasts, look at the news, scroll, or wherever I'm doing, it seems to be that a lot of people, millions of people, are just in debt, and it is a lot of debt. And a lot of people are just trying to comb their way through debt and just kind of stay afloat on everything that involves living day to day and having money. And so for me, I will say my version of debt freedom right now in my life is not having any bills outside of my mortgage and student loans. Currently, I'm a single parent to a 21-year-old college student. So, of course, I'm still planning to get him through college. We have 4 more semesters to go. And yeah, I'm just, for me, my goal is to be debt free, is just to have only my student loans and my mortgage. And I'm sending a prayer up every day to God that he will find it's some way possible for us to get rid of student loans, because like for many Americans such as myself, student loans, they're weighing heavily on the American people that have taken student loans to further their education, and you still might not make the money that you were hoping to make when you got these student loans. And so that for me is just one of the things that I pray about heavily. But right now, I know I was trying to talk you guys ear off, but we are going to go in my August financial planning. And again, if you want this Notion set up, I will leave it down in the show notes, and you can feel free to copy it and use it for your own financial planning. And so I think, again, I started this back in like September, October of 2025, and I have literally just carried it over into the new year. I did not do any financial planning for like a few months, for like 2 months, just because if you guys have been looking at my videos, or if you've gone back in my videos, I work part-time and I make my own hours at work. And so I have just been putting in more hours, being able to make more money so that I can just put a dent into the debt that I owe. And as of today, I think I have paid close to like $7,000 or $8,000 off in debt. I still have a couple thousand more to go, but I have made a huge dent, and part of that is because I've decided to pick up extra hours to make more money to be able to pay off debt. So we are going to go into my August financial planning. So August, I'm going to go back and say July was a great month in terms of me just kind of staying on track and being on track and being able to pay off debt. However, I did have a minor setback this month, and that was, you guys know, in April and May, I had to get like $2,000 worth of work done on my car. My car is 12 years old, so this is the most that I've ever had to put into it. Um, just over time that I've had it, I don't have a car note, so I'm trying to preserve this car as much as I can, and so I had to put in $2,000 just for stuff, wear and tear that needed to be fixed. And then this month, I was driving it a couple days ago, and I was hearing my brakes and my rotors were grinding. I took it straight to the dealer, and lo and behold, I'm one of those people. I do have to take my car to the dealer because it's just me. I want it done right, and I don't really have time to hop from mechanic to figure out what's going on, and I'm putting out more money. So I choose to take my car to the Hyundai dealer, and it was roughly about $1,200 to get all four of my rotors, brakes, and they flushed my brake line out, put new fluid in, all of the stuff that they're supposed to do. Albeit a little pricey, but at least I know it's done. It's done correctly. I have a warranty. If anything goes wrong, I'm taking it back to them. So this is just a protective measure for me as a female that right now, I don't have a husband. I don't have a significant other to pull that weight of taking the cars to get them, serviced and things like that. And so for me, I just take it straight to the dealer. But so outside of August, sorry, July was a good month, and I was able to pay off some debt. So we're now rolling into August, and 2026 August financial planning looks just like this. So, you guys, first and foremost, on the personal side of things, I will say that I have been doing my meditation. I haven't really done yoga in the morning, but I do meditate and I do stretching, and I start that roughly around 8 a.m. For the most part, every day. I do read my Bible, journal. That's part of my meditation, and then I will stretch. And so I have been doing that. I will continue to do that. Oops, sorry, you guys. Let me make sure that I'm still in the journey to lose 10 pounds. So far, I have lost a total of 8 pounds. So again, I have, for the last month or so, I've been conscious about eating and working out, and just kind of slimming back down to to where I would like to be. And so again, I personal goal is to continue to weight train, which I have been doing. I have been actually doing weights, you guys, 3 to 4 times a week. I have been doing a meditation. I don't know. I need to weigh myself. I'll probably weigh myself Sunday to see where I am opposed to where I was before. And so that's the plan. Personal, again, I now have medical insurance. You guys know I have been shopping around because by me working part time, I had to pay for medical insurance. But right now, I can actively say I now have a dental plan. I went back to my original employer. You guys, it was the employer that I was with for 10 years. I was with them, and then when my mom got sick, I took a leave of absence, and because I was in a stressful position at the time, I decided to not go back just because it was very hard in dealing with her untimely death, and then going back and dealing with a stressful nursing position that just was stressed every single day. I knew that I was not going to be able to handle it. That's how I started just working part-time PRN and just kind of working when I want to work. Well, I have gone back to that employer in a different capacity as an IV therapy nurse. That's currently what I do now with my other two jobs. And so, with that being part time, I get all of the benefits. So now I am fully covered for dental insurance as well as health insurance. And next week, I will be scheduling myself a physical, my son a physical, because there's just some things that we just haven't really did in the last 2.5 years that I need to get done. And I know it falls on me to get it done, making sure that we stay healthy as possible. So that is my goal for, in terms of health and wellness. So books to read. Okay, so this month so last month, let me do this twice while I got you guys here. So the month of June was the psychology of money. This month was, I will tell you guys the book in a just a second. It is called Good Morning. I'm just going to abbreviate Good Morning, Good Life, and it is by Amy Landino. And it's an audio book, so I am done that. Well, I will be done probably later today, definitely by tomorrow. And so my next book that I will be reading or listening to rather for the month of August is by, let me see, Anthony O'Neill. Let me see, tell you the name right now. And it's called Stop Living Paycheck to Paycheck. I'm just going to abbreviate pay to pay. It's literally called Stop Living Paycheck to Paycheck. And I'm just going to abbreviate it for autistic purposes for this video. But that is what I will be listening to, taking notes. I may actually get the book so that I can highlight as we go through it. But that is what I will be reading / listening to for the month of August. I've read a lot of urban fiction books, and so I try to incorporate. I've been incorporating. I haven't always done it because it wasn't always my genre, but I am incorporating some self-help, wellness, budgeting, everyday living into my reading genre. So I'm just going to be listening to that. I can listen to this book while I'm walking, working out, on the go. And so again, it's called Anthony O'Neill, Stop Living Paycheck to Paycheck. So that is for my book for the month of August. Beauty appointments, scratch that. I have not been able to do any of that yet, you guys. I have just been, every time I get a little glimmer or a little piece of just thinking like I could give me a medi-pani, massage, or facial, boom, something happens. And so I would tell you last month, it was the brakes on a car, the rotors, and then at the same token my dryer went up, and so the money that I would have been using to do my medi-panis, take a little vacation, I had to put that towards getting my car fixed because I use my car for work. And then my dryer started going up. So what the plan is I'm getting ready to call them now for them to give me a credit, because my washer and dryer is 10 years old. So I've gotten rid of the whole entire set. My washer went up a few months ago, but I was still able to use it. The tech was like, use it until it just completely, stops working. And so even though that pretty much has stopped working, I had to wash like on the light cycle for the most part. And then my dryer went up. So I got rid of the both sets, and now they completely pay for my washer because it would have been too costly for me to fix it. It was a 2-person job, not worth the money. However, they wanted to change the motherboard and something else out on my dryer. I opted not to do that. So in lieu of the price of the parts, they're going to give me a gift certificate for that. And so that's just a side note, you guys. I know I'm rambling on. But so that's why I haven't done any of my beauty appointments, but they are coming up. Household finances. Again, I have been staying pretty close to zero, or as close to zero as I can get, in paying my debts. Again, because I am the only person maintaining the household at the present moment, I had to shuffle money around. And so there were 2, maybe 3 things that I didn't get to pay that will probably carry over into August, So I have already set up things to be paid. Of course, I'm doing my expenses, or I will be doing my expenses. Outstanding debts totals, that's in another video, you guys, but I do have my outstanding debt totals. Business goals, again, I'm keeping my Canva. Google's already been taken out. I've already set up Riverside. I'm not yet doing, you guys know that I have I do Poshmark, which is a reselling business. Posher VA is like the VA assistant for Poshmark. It kind of automates everything. So I haven't started that up yet. Again, I stopped that when I started kind of just grabbing money from anything that I didn't need to put it towards the debt. And so I'll be starting that up again. I haven't yet taken a cruise, but I think I think I'm going to go into the Bible Museum in DC. I think I'm going to go and do that, and then I'm thinking of doing like a bed and breakfast somewhere, just kind of a local staycation. Because I just need, I will need a break. I do need a break because I have just been going and going and going and going for the last almost 3 years with no real break. But that is coming. I decided to go ahead and get into that. Yeah. Okay. Parental schedule a bath for my dog Jax. He gets a bath every week, so that's always automatic. He had his vet appointment, you guys. He had his vet appointment this past Monday, which was 7/27. So he had, I'm just gonna put 7/27. He had his vet appointment already, so I don't need to schedule that. He has another appointment coming up, and I need to just a follow up from his physical. So that was already done. I do have to do again my physical for Colin, which is my son. I always do that for him. There's nearly, I don't have any family and friends events coming up. Oh, I do have a family and friends event coming up. I am going to be going on a crabbing cruise sometime this month. I think the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll be going to that. There's nobody birthdays this month. I don't really have any dates. I'm not dating anybody at the moment. Um so I just got word today that the pick class is 8/18, and so I will be signing up for that. It's 8/18 and 8/19. I'm going to be taking the pick line insertion class. Can't wait. And I'm going to be studying for my IV certification, which is it just gives me another level for being the IV therapy nurse. So you guys, I do have to pay for that. I'm going to look at the prices of these, and yeah, I'm gonna put that there. I think the certification class the certification, I think is 425 for that, and I want to say, I think this is like 600. I want to say, I think that's the price, but um, I will check into that. Let's see. What else? Hold on a second, you guys. All right, real world stuff. Let's see. So we got the professional out of the way. Home projects. I have not. I'm still in the process of organizing my garage. I have not done it in the last couple months. But hey, I didn't get a chance to deep clean my my carpets. But I'm probably gonna have to pay for somebody to come do this because it takes me a while to steam clean. I have 3 floors, and it takes me like 2 to 3 days to do just 2 floors. My son is on the third floor, so he can do his own. But I'm probably gonna pay somebody to do that, and this is going to be a whole nother project. Oh no! Hold on. Let me put my laundry room is in the process of being finished made over. So I'm going to actually have a washer a new washer, dryer. I got the flooring put in, and it will be a new cabinet space that'll be placed there. So I'll have cabinet space for that. So yeah, everything is coming along. So I got the flooring done. So I need to order the cabinets, and the washer and dryer should be coming next week. So that is kind of what I kind of pushed that up to the forefront. Spiritual wise, I've just been studying my Bible, doing my journey. The church that I was going to, that's like 5 minutes from my house, haven't been there, only because I don't have an excuse other than I'm usually either working on Sundays, or Sundays is kind of my only down day. So I just really haven't had a chance to get out and go. On this note, car registration has been done. That the price for that was like $110. I want to say it was like $110. So that was done. That was part of my debt free journey, was paying off like the tolls, the tickets, and all those things. That has been done. Car repairs. Let's see. I got my oil change. I've been had that done. I got the brakes and rotators done. The next thing I do need to do is get that is get the gasket cover thing. Get the gasket cover. They did the recall for that. I need to get my AC serviced. Yeah. So I think that's like coming up in the next few weeks or so. So that's gonna be done. And let's see. I don't have anything else. You guys, that has been it. So that is kind of what went on in July. We're slaving over into August, and this is just some of the things that I know that I will be doing, getting done. And yeah, so that is it, you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, share, like, and subscribe. If you have anybody who is looking to go through their debt free journey and they need support, they need inspiration, aspiration, and motivation, please, please, please invite them to come over to our side, our neck of the woods, and join me over here at 1720 Finance, where, of course, we use faith the size of a mustard seed to get us through our financial hardships and journeys. So until the next time, the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.